What's up, boopers? This video will be all about using and leveling both the gathering and crafting professions in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, so let's get right into it. Boop. At launch, there will be 3 gathering classes. These are called Disciplines of the Land, or DOL for short, and include mining, botany, and fishing. For crafting professions, they're called Disciplines of the Hand, or DOH for short, and these are carpentry, alchemy, culinary, blacksmithing, armorsmithing, leatherworking, goldsmithing, and weaving. I'll start the guide by going over DOLs, but before I do, I want you to know that leveling professions in Final Fantasy XIV is almost like leveling another class. It takes a while and has its own dynamic gameplay, and more importantly, you will require more than one DOL to max out your DOH, and you will require more than one DOH to manage all your gear at max level. So I highly recommend planning with friends or guildmates on who will level what DOL and DOH, rather than trying to level them all yourself. Okay, so the DOLs, mining, botany, and fishing, can be unlocked just like any other class. Once you've completed your initial class's level 10 guild's quest, you have the ability to join the DOL guilds. The mining guild is located in Ul'dah, the botanist guild is located in Gridania, and the fishing guild is located in Limsa Lominsa. You will be given the base weapon to get you started, and that should be enough to gather the first few levels, but if you don't fancy running around in your underwear with a pickaxe or a fishing pole, you can buy some basic gathering gear off the vendors around the starter cities. Gathering gear is listed under Field. Now, you'll notice this gear has some interesting stats you haven't seen on your normal class gear. So first, let's cover these. The stats a DOL utilizes are Gathering, Perception, and GP. Gathering increases your chance to successfully gather materials, Perception increases your chance to gather high quality materials, and GP is like your mana bar or action points while you are a Discipline of the Land. Note that you won't really be able to equip GP gear until around level 20. So now that we've got your trusted gathering weapon and hopefully you are not in your underwear, it's time to head out and gather. Once you've unlocked a DOL, you will have also unlocked something called a gathering log, hidden under the same menu as your hunting log. This log will tell you the location of almost all available materials for you to gather. Note that the keyword here is almost, and in CBT3 it was not completely accurate. In some instances the log would suggest you gather in Lanasia as a miner for ice shards or earth shards at level 1, but this simply isn't possible. Like the main story, your DOLs will be generally locked to their associated city for gathering until around level 15. All the field leaves for said class will be found in that area. For example, all mining nodes will be found in Thanalan, as well as all mining guild leaves until around level 15, and all fishing nodes will be found in Lanasia until around level 15. Now, to actually gather materials, you are given a few abilities. The first ability enables you to actually see the nodes, so hunt around for nodes you can gather and start picking at them, and you'll notice a percentage chance of success, and on some items another percentage chance for high quality. As we talked about earlier, gathering and your level will affect your gather percentage chance, and perception will affect your chance to gather the high quality items, which we'll get more into in a bit. You'll be given numerous skills to increase gather rate, perception, or help you find nodes easier later on, and skills may make you even gather multiple materials at once. Also note that you'll sometimes encounter unknown materials which have a low chance to be gathered, but gathering them once will reveal what they are and normalize their gather rates. Note that like your combat classes, DOLs can borrow skills from each other if they have the affinity. Also remember to keep doing your DOL's guild quests to keep up to date on gear and such. And that's about it for gathering. It's pretty simple, but it can be time consuming to level it. Now you can use Fieldcraft leaves, which will send you on gathering quests for bonus XP, or alternatively you can complete quests as a battle class, like a archer, and then turn them in as your Discipline of the Land to speed up leveling. And note that your GP regenerates over time or after successful gathers, so if you start a field leave, make sure it's full before you initiate it. I'd also recommend waiting until you join a grand company to get access to these beautiful scrolls. They are essentially 20k free experience while you gather and will save you some time leveling. So now let's move on to the more complicated stuff, Disciplines of the Hand. For the DOHs, carpenters will be making bows, spears, staves, and other goodies. Armorsmiths will be making heavy armor and shields. Weaponsmiths will make gladiator, marauder, and pugilist weapons. Weavers will focus on cloth armor, and this covers a lot of DOH gear. And leatherworkers focus on leatherworking armor, and this focuses a lot on DOL gear. Goldsmiths will work on jewelries like rings, earrings, necklaces. And culinarists and alchemists will make food and potions. I won't go into them much here, but that's not to say that they aren't significant. It's just that they're pretty straightforward. You cook shit, you brew potions, you get wasted, and have a party. So to obtain your DOH, simply join the guild once you've completed your starting class's level 10 guild quest. Carpenters and leatherworkers start in Gridania. Weavers, goldsmiths, and alchemists start in Ul'dah. And armorsmiths, weaponsmiths, and culinists will start in Limsa Lominsa. Now to get started with crafting, you'll once again be armed with your crafting tool and your underwear. You can fix this by picking up some gear from vendors, but it won't matter much at first. DOHs use 3 stats: craftsmanship, control, and CP. Craftsmanship will affect your progress bar growth speed, control affects your quality bar growth speed, and CP is your mana bar for crafting. So once you've got your gear, you can get started on crafting by opening your crafting log. The default key is N. You'll be shown a list of items to craft, and by clicking on them, you can see the required materials. Now, no matter what DOH you pick, everything you craft is going to require a type of shard. You may have noticed yourself getting these from quests and sometimes even mobs, and you might already have quite a few, but you will undoubtedly run out very fast once you start to craft. And it is important to either level a DOL that can gather the shards you need easily, or just make friends with somebody that can. Aside from the shards, almost all starting crafting materials can be bought by the associated guild's supplier, so as long as you have a chunk of shards, you can get right into crafting. So once you've selected the item you want to craft, hit this yellow button down here and a menu will pop up, whilst your skills will no longer be grayed out. Now, crafting is essentially a minigame. Your goal is to fill the progress bar before the durability hits 0, while raising the quality as high as possible at the same time. Now, every action you take involving the item will reduce its durability by 10. If it hits 0, you will fail. But if your progress bar fills, you win. The item is crafted. Now, if you just want to craft shit fast, just pump your 1 button until your progress bar fills. There's a bit of RNG involved, but 90% is very much in your favor. Unfortunately, if you want to really craft good gear or to level faster and shard efficiently, we'll need to work on raising the quality. So once you get around to level 5 about, you'll start getting some interesting abilities to raise the quality of items. So let's learn exactly what everything is doing on the screen. First, if you start crafting an item with a high quality reagent rather than a normal reagent, it will start with a quality boost. Note that the quality boost of the reagent differs from item to item, but this will significantly increase your chance of success. You can get high quality reagents from a discipline of the land with high perception, or craft some high quality reagents yourself. Now, you'll notice 3 things that will affect whether you get a high quality item or not. These are condition, quality, and HQ percentage. Crafting is RNG. The condition changes at random. Quality increases can fail, and as your quality goes up, you are only increasing the chance that the resulting finished item will be high quality. The chance being the listed percentage at the bottom. So here's how it works. Increasing the quality will increase the percentage chance on the item resulting in high quality. But the quality and percentage increase do not move linearly. What I mean is, if your quality bar is 50% full, that does not mean you have a 50% chance to get a high quality item. Most likely only around 20 to 30%. But if your quality bar is full, it will be a 100% chance to get it high quality. Basically, the more quality you get, the more value each point has. Your goal should always be to fill the quality bar though. I've failed high quality crafting on items that supposedly had an 89% chance to be high quality, and then I realized that I hate myself for leveling professions during a CVT. So now you may be wondering, how does condition come into play? Well, condition will change randomly throughout the process. When in normal condition, actions will have normal effects. And when an item has a good or excellent condition, successful actions will have a huge bonus effect, but if in poor conditions, the actions will have reduced effects. For example, if the quality increased skill typically gives your item 50 quality, it will give it 25 quality if you use it on a turn that the item's condition is poor, 75 quality if the condition is good, and 100 quality if the condition is excellent. Paying attention to the item's condition before taking action can make or break getting that high quality item. So basically, high quality reagents, easier to make high quality equipment. High quality equipment, better stats. How better? Well, you can see a comparison here. Additionally, if you are leveling your DOH using guild leaves, turning in high quality items instead of normally quality items will increase the experience rewarded by a ton. In some cases, up to 200% more experience. So that's the gist of being a Discipline of the Hand. As you gain levels, you'll get more skills to make the crafting minigame more interesting. And like DOLs, some skills can be shared with other Disciplines of the Hand. You may want to check out some of the other skills the other crafting classes have, as it's relatively easy to get them to level 15. You just need the shards. And the vendors tend to sell all the low-level crafting shit. So to level effectively, I recommend making friends with some gatherers, utilizing the market board, and using the experience bonus scroll from the grand companies that you'll get access to around level 20, and turning in high quality items for your guild leaves. Try to get as much experience as you can crafting items whose reagents are sold by the vendors before getting into the higher levels where you have to gather shit yourself. Beyond level 25 and above, it gets pretty difficult. Also, difficult? And also note that the guild leaves for the professions are only in the associated city. For example, you get armor smithing in Limsa Lominsa, so you'll only find armor smithing guild leaves from the Adventurers Guild in Limsa Lominsa. And also note that repairing gear for your respective Discipline of the Hand grants small chunks of experience. For example, a goldsmith repairing earrings will give experience based on the amount of durability repaired and the level of the item. And come launch, you can repair other people's gear, but it costs materials, so you can always whore yourself out next to the repair NPC and offer free repairs to get free experience. And that's it for the basics of leveling Disciplines of the Hand and Disciplines of the Land. Now this can be very time consuming, but it'll be worth the effort when you save yourself tons of money by self-repairing, and it is mandatory down the road for materia melding, but I'll be covering materia melding in my next video. For now, I am booping out. Boop.